Merry Christmas, everybody! Get it? Murray? Get it? In the spirit of the season and of reviewing movies, I went out this weekend to go see Krampus. I had decent hopes about the movie, and I think they were met. I mean, Michael Dougherty wrote, directed, and produced this film, and if you know anything about Trick or Treat, you're probably more on board with seeing this movie now. It starts out as like a zombie horde busting in the mall sort of thing, but it's just Black Friday, you know. That's how people do these days. There's nothing better than good deals to bring out the savage in people. The main kid, Max, has some anger issues, but I guess I would too if I had to deal with that family during the holiday season. Oh boy. Ugh. Except for Grandma. Grandma knows what's going on. She, like, way before it hits the fan, like, you can tell that Grandma knows things that, like, they don't know. Like, she's prepared for Christmas, man. She's ready. In case you know nothing, Jon Snow, Krampus is an Alpine folklore character who's basically anti-Santa, who looks like a goat mated with Santa, I guess, sort of, and he comes to punish bad kids. In this movie, though, he seems to come because A, Max inadvertently wishes him to come, I guess, and B, the rest of Max's family is pretty terrible at Christmasing and overall being human. This is where I must say the movie does start to drag a little bit, because like the first 20-30 minutes of the movie feels like a straight up comedy where it like falls somewhere between a social commentary on how America does Christmas now and a meaner, waspier version of Christmas Vacation. The writing is on point. I mean, the movie is jam-packed with like traditionally comedic actors, and it's fun to see them like be in roles that aren't necessarily supposed to be funny. The ant is hilarious. Eventually though, Max, Mad Max I call him, has had enough of this family and Christmas in general, and that's when Krampus finally shows up. The tone of the movie then shifts to horror, but still has plenty of humor left in it. I mean, come on, they have CG animated gingerbread men running around causing problems. To be fair though, there is a good amount of practical effects. I mean, most of the other creepy toys look to be practical and therefore look well done. Like for example, there's like a Jack-in-the-Box giant worm-like creature coming out of it with like a clown face, and like the face opens up and it reminds you of like John Carpenter's The Thing, or like even better, those Reaper vampires from Blade 2. I will tell you this, I'll think twice next time I go to bite out of a gingerbread man head, especially if it's chained to a really long chain coming out of the chimney. I mean, honestly, who falls for that? People be suffering from horror movie dumbness. Anyway, the movie does get a bit slow again in the middle while the family gets slowly, periodically picked off one by one, for the most part because of horror movie stupidity. The scene where Grandma tries to tell them what's up is a nice one. I mean, you can tell that they are trying to pay some sort of honor to those old school claymation Christmas things that they spam pretty well on ABC Family every year. Of course, most of the family thinks that her words are just straight up blogna. After the family has some time to grow closer together out of fear, Krampus and his critter toy evil things and elves and whatever else comes to the house. And that's where the story finally starts to pick up again. And boy does it snowball. Man does it snowball fast though, because people start getting taken out left and right. But not in a gory way though, surprisingly. I don't even think you actually see someone getting murdered. Maybe once. That's about it. Grandma faces the Krampus beast like a champ, so we can get a good look at his face. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite look. He just looks like a jacked up Santa who like can't shut his mouth. He did have a little bit of Freddy Krueger tongue going on though. Soon enough, everyone else is gone except Mad Max, who is now mad because all of his family's gone and he wants to go fight Krampus to get at least one of them back. What follows that and leads to the end of the film is basically a string of gotchas. Maybe this will end well. No. Maybe it will. No. Huh? Definitely not. What is to be learned from this film? What is the moral of the story? Be loving and hopeful always, and keep the Christmas spirit even when no one else around you is, because if you succumb to the hate and lose hope, you might find yourself wishing for bad things, and Krampus will take it as an invite to rip you and yours a new one. Another minor moral of the story I would say is that fear and going through horrible things can bring people closer together as a result. You know, kind of like those Futurama episodes with Xmas and Robot Santa. Except this film is a little bit darker than that. Overall, Krampus is an entertaining holiday movie. Somewhat in that same vein as Nightmare Before Christmas, where like it could be a Halloween movie or it could be a Christmas movie. Double dipping. It does have a few scares, but it has a lot of humor as well. My main complaint is that it does get a little slow at points, but other than that, it's pretty solid. I give Krampus 7 out of 10 gingerbread men that hopefully will not come alive and kill me. Well, that's my review of Krampus. Thank you for watching. Please make comments down below, do the thumbs up, and subscribe if you liked what you saw. Also, please check us out at Nerd Park on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, WordPress, YouTube. We got more videos on the way, more podcasts, more content in general, really. Until next time, be good to each other, and pray that you don't get a Krampus ornament for a gift this year. Merry Christmas, and stay nerdy.